Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Today is June 8th, 2019. In this video, I'm going to be talking about one of today's top stories, which is that the brother of Hillary Clinton, a man named Tony Rodham, has passed away on Friday night. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the death of this man and how it relates to the eclipse crucifixion code that comes from the Gematria or Numerology of the Bible. In the second half of the video, we're going to be discussing how this story is numerically related to the fake news story we got yesterday morning, talking about how U.S. and Russian warships nearly collided in the Pacific, a story which I exposed as being Masonic propaganda in my live stream yesterday. In my videos, I talk about numerology with a focus on the language of letters and numbers, otherwise known as Gematria, a very simple practice originated in Greek and Hebrew, which is still very much alive and well in today's English alphabet. It's a very simple practice, numbering the alphabet 1 through 26, also using the rules of numerology to reduce each double-digit number to a single digit. And when you pay attention to the numeric values of names, phrases, words, you find some significant alignments with dates on the calendar and solar eclipses, especially in stories about death. The basis of this code comes from the Bible, particularly the New Testament. In the Gospels, 3 of the 4 of them talk about darkness falling over the sky during the crucifixion of Jesus. And this could be an allegory for the numeric code that lies behind death in this reality. It could also be the code by which they are murdering people by the numbers, something which I definitely believe is happening. However, this is an organic code, so it works both ways. But I'm not going to speculate too much on whether or not this man was murdered. I probably believe he was, but we'll just talk about the numerology and how this all ties in. So Tony Rodham died on Friday night, June 7th. This was a date with full numerology of 52. 6 plus 7 plus 20 plus 19. In the standard reduction method, the name Tony Rodham also has a numeric value of 52. The word death sums to 52 in multiple exception ciphers, and perhaps it's worth pointing out that his death was announced this morning on the 8th of June, which sums to 52 in the reverse reduction method. Also notice how 8th of June sums to 65 in reduction. Tony Rodham, whose birthday is unknown, was born in 1954, and many outlets are reporting that he was 65 years old. Many people believe that Jesus was 33 years old when he died, and that may be true, assuming the story is not just an allegory. But what's important to understand is that 33 is a number that's associated with death and sacrifice, and this is told through the numbers and supported. When you write out the number 33 using Jewish gematria, also known as Latin gematria, this cipher uses the Latin alphabetic order, placing more modern English characters at the end, and the cipher produces much larger numbers, similar to Greek isopsephy and Hebrew gematria. Well, notice how 33 has a numeric value of 895. This is the same as Judas, the disciple of Jesus who betrayed him, which led to the ritual human sacrifice of Jesus Christ, a phrase which also has this 895 gematria. In fact, the name Jesus sums to 985. So this man was a brother of Hillary Clinton, and it's worth pointing out that Clinton sums to 33 in the reduction method. Today's date on which Clinton announced her brother's death has what we call standard numerology of 33, 6 plus 8 plus 19. Measuring from the date of this announcement to the date of the only total solar eclipse to occur this year, we find that the announcement was made 3 weeks and 3 days before the eclipse, which also in reduction has this value of 33. Again, the story of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ is all told through the numbers. Using the standard alphabetic order, where A is 1 and Z is 26, the phrase crucifixion of Jesus Christ sums to 303. This number represents 33 as the zeros are ignored in the results. But this goes further. 33 sums to 156 in ordinal, and in reduction it sums to 66 and 60. This man's name was actually Anthony Rodham, and check this out. His name also summing to 156, 66, and 60. The only number not shared between these phrases, 33 and Anthony Rodham, is 141. Well, if you measure from today's date to Hillary Clinton's next birthday, it was 141 days. This means her brother died 141 days before her birthday. Furthermore, the 33rd prime number is 137. The name Tony Rodham, using the reverse alphabetic order, where Z is assigned 1 and A is assigned 26. Tony Rodham summing to 137. Now, I commonly talk about the number 1331 and how this is related to the eclipse crucifixion code. I should go ahead and link my post on 1331 below. But there was one total solar eclipse in the year 1331, and it occurred on the date November 30th, which is the only date summing to 1331 in Latin Gematria. 1331 eclipse also summing to 1331, which is the same as Jesus the Messiah. And if you do pay attention to the rule of Kollel, which posits that you can add or subtract 1 from any gematria value, I do find it interesting that the name Anthony Dean Rodham, using English gematria, the extended cipher on the left side of your screen, producing much larger numbers than the ordinal values, notice how his name sums to 1332. So if the rule of Kollel is legit, then this seems relevant. But it goes further. The name Tony in ordinal sums to 74. 20 plus 15 plus 14 plus 25. This is the same as the name Jesus, summing to 74. Now in reverse, Jesus sums to 61. Just like the Jewish value of God. Well, 61 is also a prime number. That would be the 18th prime number. And check out the name Anthony Dean Rodham. His full name sums to 180, which represents the number 18. So again, it's clear to see how this is all a numeric tribute to the crucifixion of Jesus. This phrase sums to 226 in the alphabetic order. Well, on today's date, when Hillary announced the death of her brother, she was a span of 226 days after her birthday. The date of his death fell exactly 3 weeks and 4 days before the eclipse. This is the numeric value of murder, 34. Also, the name Tony in reverse, as well as the name Jesus in reduction. So next, I'm going to be talking about how this story of Hillary Clinton's death, or the death of her brother, I should say, excuse me there, this is numerically related to the story we got yesterday about two U.S. two warships, one from the US, one from Russia, nearly colliding in the Pacific Ocean. And if you go back on my channel and watch my video from yesterday, you'll see that I lead it off by talking about the fact that on that date, Vladimir Putin was exactly 800 months old. And this is a significant number. And let me explain why. If you think about 800 months and how this converts to years. So here we see Putin's age on the date of this news story, a fake news story. The US and Russia, two sides of the same coin. On that date, Putin was exactly 800 months old. Well, if you convert this to years, it's 66 years and 8 months. Well, what's 8 months in relation to a year? That's 2/3. So officially, Vladimir Putin was 66.666 repeating years old. And this is very relevant. Check out this guy's Gematria. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. And I'm even going to pop open the Kabbalah ciphers just to drive the point home. Notice the values of 313 and 389 in ordinal. Also 357 and 373 in the Kabbalah ciphers. Well, think about the number 666 as it's described in the King James Bible, which is the Masonic Bible. This news story yesterday, a Masonic ritual, as I exposed. 603 has these exact same numbers, 313, 389, 357, and 373. All matching Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. So, of course, when he turns 66.666 years old, we're going to get a news story in relation to him. Furthermore, if you measure from the date that he took office, May 7th of 2012, you get exactly 85 months. So isn't it interesting that in Jewish Gematria, Hillary Clinton, whose brother died on the same date as this news story, has a numeric value of 800 in Jewish Gematria. The name Hillary on its own sums to 85. This matches Pacific Ocean, the site of this fake news story from yesterday. I mentioned how, as of today, Hillary is 226 days after her birthday. The word sacrifice sums to 226 in English extended. And the reason this stands out is because the word sacrifice has a lot of overlap with the name Hillary Clinton. Notice the values of 73 and 206 in perhaps our two most significant ciphers, the English ordinal and Jewish ciphers. The name Hillary Clinton also sums to 73 and 206. Worth pointing out that her husband Bill was 73 days before his birthday on the date of her brother's death. But when Hillary made the announcement, she was a span of exactly 3,737 weeks old. And of course, 37 is the reflection of 73. As for the 206, today has what we call a life lesson number of 26, 6 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9. Now, on the date her brother died, notice how she was a span of 142 days before her birthday. The name, or the phrase, eclipse sacrifice sums to 142, which, of course, Jesus was. Also, Vladimir Putin's full name has this 142. So it's interesting because yesterday I talked about how there didn't appear to be much eclipse relation to the story we got about the US and Russian warships nearly colliding. But then we got the story of an eclipse sacrifice that is numerically related to Vladimir Putin through the numerology of Hillary Clinton. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks to everybody for dropping in. Again, all my work is free to share. In fact, you are encouraged to do so, as YouTube's search algorithms have eliminated videos like this exposing the truth about the mainstream media. And new people don't find this work as often, so do what you can to share it with those you know who may have open eyes. All right, guys. Thanks again, whether you're watching live or archived. Peace, love, and God bless. See ya!